Hello, children. Well, hope things are fine. Today we are going to learn water resource, one of the simple and easiest lesson in 10th standard geography from board perspective. Very simple and easy to learn, and a lot of logical brain if you have, and you can apply on it. This is one of the easiest and scoring chapter, children. So hope the learning will be easy for you, and let's move into the chapter starting with syllabus. As per the syllabus, we have to learn sources of water. So under sources of water, surface water, groundwater, need for conservation, why we should conserve water, and various conservation practices. In that, rainwater harvesting we have to insist and learn, and importance of rainwater harvesting, and different methods of irrigation. So this is our syllabus, ICSE syllabus, and we'll move accordingly. So before going into deep into that, we will study what is the need for irrigation. What is irrigation? Irrigation is the artificial supply of water to the agricultural field. Yes, I'm a little fast with the definition. Yeah, but because why I'm fast? Because in the next slide, you'll be seeing the definition of irrigation. Now, before going into the chapter, let's know what are the statistics or what are the basics for this particular lesson. Now, nature, we have a lot of water resource like rivers, lakes, ponds, lagoons, and rains. Okay, now this statistics is really very important and useful too. If you take world or consider world as 100 percentage of surface area, in that 100 percentage, 12.4 percentage is the land area where India is occupying, or the surface area. And if you consider water as 100%, 4 percentage of water resource is available to Indians. And world population, when you compare, 16 percentage of the population, world population, are found, or they are living inside the Indian subcontinent. Okay, so this statistics gives how much is important agriculture, how much is the crop important. For that agriculture and crop, how irrigation is important. Okay, we know various disputes and tensions which goes or prevails between the states for the water distribution. Okay, so to avoid that tension and disputes, again, whatever rainwater we get or whatever sources we have, it's best way to use them in a very wise manner. So it becomes very important or necessary to conserve the water. Okay, now apart from that, earth water is available on the earth's surface. Okay, on earth's surface, and what are the various forms of water available? In the form of stream, rivers, lakes, and reservoir. Okay, so they are called surface water. Okay, now however, due to topographical and hydrological and other constraints, only 32 percentage of the available surface water can be utilized. Other percentage we cannot utilize, okay, due to various constraints, like either it's hydrological reason, or it is topographical reasons, or other constraints, which makes us to use only 32 percentage of available water. Okay, now if you see this diagrammatic presentation, again you will get a good picture or imagination. If you see this blue, this is ocean water. This green is polarized. That means that they are found in the North Pole or South Pole area, 2 percentage. And only 1 percentage we find as a fresh water. And this 1 percentage of water we have to use very wisely. Hope you understand the importance. Okay. The water also is found underneath, that is groundwater. Okay, now water beneath the surface of the earth, which saturates the pores and fractures of sand, gravel, and rock formation. The level of groundwater utilization is relatively high in river basin area. River basin area are those area, the area adjoining to the river sides. And in the river sides, we have a good amount of water table, or the other ways, the water table is very high in the river basin area. Okay, and river basin, when we say, very specifically perennial river, if you see. Coming on to the definition of irrigation. Again, keywords, children, from the board perspective, don't miss your keywords. The controlled application of water for agricultural purpose through man-made system to supply water requirements which is not satisfied by the rainfall. Okay, so we will see another simplified definition of agriculture irrigation also, and this is diagrammatic or little pictorial form of fresh water. Like we can see fresh water in the form of pond, in glaciers, then groundwater, and the spring. Okay, now this is the definition of irrigation. This, please remember, children, this you have to by heart. The process of supplying water to crops by artificial means. Okay, this is again a keyword, such as canals, wells, tube wells, tanks, etc. From the sources of water such as rivers, tanks, and ponds or underground water is called irrigation. So what are the keywords here? The process of supplying water, number one. To whom? To the crops. How? By artificial means. From where do you take? What are the artificial means? Canals, wells, tube wells, tanks. And what are the source of water for this artificial means? Rivers, tanks, ponds, or underground water. So when you write in your exam, please don't miss the keywords. With the help of keywords, you can frame your own sentence also. Okay, importance of irrigation. Irrigation we will be learning in two headings. One is importance, other is need for irrigation. Why? What is the importance of irrigation? If we do irrigation, what happens? It adds up other nutrients which generally gets dissolved. Okay, it goes to the roots of the plants. Now, water is must for commercialization. Why commercialization of agriculture? Because population is too high. We can't just have our kitchen garden. We need to have production at the higher level. We have to make it for the market. We have to make it for the people. Okay, for the entire Indian population. So water is very important. Again, water, this irrigation has played very important role in green revolution. Apart from hybrid variety of seeds and fertilizer, irrigation is the third component which added the production level, which helped to increase the production level. Moving on to the importance, many regions like Punjab, Haryana have become leading producers of rice. Rice is basically a delta crop. It needs stagnant water. But in Punjab and Haryana, the rice they have started producing. How? With the help of just irrigation. Many crops. Okay, now Rajasthan, generally we think the entire Rajasthan is a desert, but only it's a western part which is desert. The other side is little arid also. But now arid area part of India, that part is also growing crops. Okay, arid region is a region which is a kind of a semi-desert. But with the help of irrigation, we are able to do agriculture there also. In Rajasthan, I would like to point out there is Indira Gandhi Canal, which helps agriculture or which helps crops to grow in a better way. Okay, need for irrigation. Under this need for irrigation, first point, variability in rainfall. All parts of India, they don't get equal amount of rainfall. If you see Kerala and Tamil Nadu, both are neighboring states, but Kerala receives more rainfall or heavy rainfall, whereas Tamil Nadu receives moderate rainfall. Okay, but both are neighboring states. A second point is unequal distribution. So most of the parts of India they receive rainfall from June to September, and very less we receive from northeast monsoon. So even the distribution is not the same. Okay, one part of India receives more, the other part receives very less. Other area becomes as a rain shadow area. So again, unequal distribution. Okay, point number two. Point number three, the crop requirement. Each crop is different. Like if you say a simple example is rice and tea. Both need lot of water, but rice needs stagnant water, whereas tea needs shower of water. That means continuous water, but it should be in the form of a shower. It should not be water stagnation. Okay, so that again different types of crops like kharif summer crop, rabi winter crop, zahid the intermediate summer crop. Each cropping season needs different amount of water. So to meet that need, we need to have a good irrigation facility. And finally, to increase production. Already said, India's population is so high. To meet the requirement of our own nation, we need to increase the production. So thereby to get high yields and maximum production from land and to facilitate double and triple cropping irrigation is must. Okay. The next topic is, we were moving to the next part of the lesson, that is means of irrigation. Under means of irrigation, we will be learning primitive methods and modern methods of irrigation. Under this three types we will learn. Under this also we will learn certain things. Under primitive method, we have wells. Generally, wells are divided like lined and unlined, but we will learn wells as one single type variety or a method. Then inundation canals and the tank. Okay, so this methods we will see in our next video. What are the different primitive methods of irrigation? So learn according to syllabus, learn board based and learn keywords, children. Please do prepare well for your exams, and when you take a notes, please mark the important points. That will help you to learn and remember in a longer run. We'll meet in our next video, children. Thank you.